Hey guys, welcome back to the next video. In this video, we are going to work with the basic match label. So we're going to create a basic replica here, and we are going to work with match labels. So let me, expand my master machine a little bit where I'm going to run most of my commands. Well, as you can see my screen, so I'm going to work majorly on the basic replica, so which means that I need to come down one folder. I'm in the OPD software folder, and I'm going to create a folder over here called replica. So I'm going to host all my YAML files for replica here, and I'm going to create a basic rs.yaml. So rs meaning replica set. So this is how we are actually calling replica in terms of Kubernetes. So we call it replica set. So just open this file and insert, and then copy paste what's on your coding file. So that should have the proper coding in terms of setting up your basic replica. So here, paste the output and make sure the formatting is all correct as it should be on the on the GitHub. But as you can see, this is your API version, app version 1, and you have the replica set over here, which is the name of the replica set is going to be Nginx replica set. And this is going to be the name of your replica set. And also your pod name is going to be the same. So there's no difference here. So when you come down, you can see the specifications over here where you have 3 set of replicas needs to be created, and how it's going to, or what it's going to create is whatever matches this label. And what label it's trying to match, it's trying to match app::nginx. And in terms of template description, you can see the actual label here, app::nginx. And this environment is development. So this is an extra label I've given over here, which is not really required at this moment to configure, but still you can always have extra labels where you don't really it will give more information about your application replica set. And here you have the specifications over here. I'm sorry. And in terms of the specification for this template, we have a container created. This container name is Nginx, and the image which is going to be used on this container is Nginx as well, the latest one. Sorry about that. So here ports are going to be container port over here. So this basically is the container port 80. We have not given any host port number, so it's not needed at this moment. So save and quit this file. So you should have the basic replica file set up. So, but before you run this command or run this file, let's do one more command over here. So let's do control get ports. So make sure that there's no ports over here, and then show -labels. So we will have this type command. We're not going to use it. I think the command, I made a typo. Always my L comes before S, so that's the problem. Sorry, L comes before E, so that's the problem. So now you can see that I have made this change over here. So this is getting us the label of the pods, and you can also get the kube control, and you can also get replica set. Now, when you type this command, you can pretty much see that the replica set will be shown when you, just like how you search for pods, you can also search for replica set as well. But as of now, we've not set up any replica sets. That's why it's not coming up over here. So you have to use combination of both replica set and pods together. So for example, if you have a replica set created right now, we're going to do that. But when you do that, you are going to be entitled to have a pods created for those replica set, because that's how it is implementing. Replica set may be a virtual configuration, but pods will be the physical configuration of what replica set wants. So do remember the relationship between replica set and pods. So kube control apply -f basic one replica set.yaml file. And this command has created a replica set over here. So let's run this particular commands over here so you can see that what it is doing. So first I ran the replica set command over here where I can see the desired amount and the current amount of your Nginx replica set. That's a replica name which I've created, and these are basically the containers which came as part of the replica set. So as it says that we need a 3 desired replica set in terms of working with this Kubernetes replica set, and you have that created. Now you understand that these are the name of the pods. Now we have never given any names of the pods. We have just suggested the container name. Remember that we have given a container name. We have not given the pod names over here. So it is basically taking a combination of the replica set name plus it assigns a random name over here. So this is a unique name which is going to be there, which is going to be creating every single time whenever you increase or decrease the pod numbers or the replica numbers, sorry. So as you can see over here, currently the creation of container is going on. Now if I type the command again, you should see that it's running. Another thing which you can check also is with the show labels comes -o wide. This is going to give a lot of information over here on where this particular nodes are being hosted at. So you can see that worker 1 has 2 nodes configured and worker 2 has only 1 node configured. So this is basically how you create a replica set and how you view the replica set and how pods are created based on the number of replica sets you wanted in your which is specified in your configuration YAML file. Now you can also see the label names over here. So now the replica set will be managing these labels. So whenever there is a change in the label, the replica sets reacts to it, because when I type kubectl describe and then I type in the replica set / the name of the replica set, which is given over here, you can see the description of this replica set. So let's go from the beginning. So what it says is the name of the replica set, what namespace it is on. By default goes to default namespace. And what is a selector? So here it tells the requirement of the replica set to be triggered. So the replica set will only be triggered if there is some application called Nginx as per your template which you have created. So now it has figured out that the label, app equal to Nginx is part of your replica set, and it has created the 3 replicas, which out of 3 desired replicas. So the desired should be met at all time by your replica. In which case, you have the pod status, which is 3 running pods, 0 waiting, 0 succeeded, 0 failed. You can also see some information about these replicas and pods, which is basically your container related information. So the name of your container, Nginx, and the image is your Nginx, and then host port we have given 80. We have not given any host port number, sorry. That's the container port. We have given 80. And this host port we have not given. We have not given any environment variables, no mount points, no volumes has been added to this. So all these are empty as part of your default configuration. And then you can also see then the creation of these 3, the replicas or pods over here. So you can see that a message come in that's create successful create. Sorry about that. So you see that successful create thrice, which means that it has created these, pods successfully. So you can see the pod details as well. So it pod name combines the replica name as well as a unique ID, so that it can represent itself as a unique name. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. The next video will be creating an advanced replica file. Thank you again for watching this. I'll see you on the next one.